Hey gang, welcome back to J Daddy's Garage. Today's video is a product review and it is sponsored. The product I am going to review is this. This is the LokiThor tire inflator, jump starter, and emergency light. Now I've looked at these online. I think this is a great idea. Whenever you can combine a variety of tools that you can carry with you in your car or your truck, camper, whatever, I think that's a great idea. Now, this is a big step up. You know, in the old days, we used to carry around in fact I have one in my truck, a 12-volt air compressor. And you'd have to hook that up to your cigarette lighter, hook it up to your tire, and hope for the best. You know, and it would sit there and just kind of make a lot of noise and take a long time to fill up your tire if it did at all. I'm hoping that this is much more efficient than those old tools. So let's open up the box, see what's inside, and then we'll start testing. That's pretty well packaged. Nice box. LokiThor, the force of thunder in your hand, or in hand. There's that. Yeah, little storage bag. That's nice. Yeah, just look it over here a little bit. Looks like it's got some. Oh, there's a. Oh. Okay. Oh. Turn the light on. Cool. Oh, it's got strobe function. I bet you that's an SOS function. And off. Alright. I do like that this has a carry handle. I think that's a great idea. Also, it's got some reinforcement on the edges. So that's cool. Oh, that's for your tire inflator. Great. That looks like, oh, that's going to be your power connection. And that looks like some charging ports and also a USB connection there. Cool. So it looks like in this little fold out here, it gives you some specifications, talks about the part number, battery capacity 74 watt hours, starting voltage 12 volt, input, output, charging temperature 0 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, storage temperature negative 20 Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, service life is 1,000 cycles in good condition. Starting current 1,000 amps, peak current 2,000 amps, pressure range 10 to 150 psi, and sensor accuracy on the pump is plus or minus 2. Your polarity is red for positive, black for ground. Operating temperature and charging time 4 to 7.5 hours. So it looks like we've got a packing list of items in here. I'll have to open that up, and we'll go over more of that in just a minute. Now the instruction book, contents, looks like it's got couple different languages here. Operating instructions, safety instructions. I already talked about those. Openings. How to use it, and I'll go over more of that in just a minute. We'll talk about these different things that we can see. You can do a force start, how to use the air inflator, tire inflator. Oh, it's got a voltmeter function. Oh, that's cool. Alright. LED, how to charge your jump starter. So, good information, I'm sure. We'll look that over in just a minute. Open up this box. So you got another little storage bag. Okay, you've got your leads for your battery, for your jump. Only fits one way, I'm sure, into the port. We'll look at that. There is your charging device. So the USB-C. Here is your inflator hose. Looks like about 20 inches long, maybe, somewhere in that range. Not quite 2 feet. Some adapters here. You got a needle for like your for basketball or something. Obviously your car connection would be the end of this. And then it's got other inflator tips. So if you had something that had like a hose shape to it, like a let's say a air mattress or something, maybe that would work for that. There's one that's a little bit larger. 2 different sizes there. This looks like an adapter. And of course the needle. Alright, let's take a closer look at the display screen that's here on the side of the unit. Of course I'm going to look at the instructions and read through what's going on. So number 1 is your bar PSI unit switch button. And it can also be used as a forced start function switch. Number 2 is your power button. Short press to turn it on. Long press for 2 seconds to turn it off. Okay. Number 3, the button for presetting tire pressure. So that is over here on the side, this plus or minus. Number 4, air inflator start stop button. That's the pump button on the side there. It says hold down the button for 3 seconds to turn on, press down quickly to turn off. So we could just turn this on real quick. That works. Number 5, up here, red light, abnormal warning indicator for emergency jump start function. Number 6, green light on, forced start mode output, blinking, normal start mode output. So that's these lights. There's these 2 right here. They're currently white, but those would change color. Number 7, battery indicator light. That's right here. We have these 2 bars. So you've got 2 showing, so it's like half charge right now. Number 8 is in charging status indicator. So right there, it would be, you can't see it right now, but it would be lit up underneath this little lightning bolt. It would say in. Number 7, I'm sorry, number 8 is USB status indicator. Number 10 would be error. Oh, let me turn it back on. Number 10 would be an error indication, and that's down here in the bottom under USB. It would be red letters ERR. So you can see what I'm talking about there with these various words. Let's see, number 11 is bar PSI tire pressure unit setting. So if you were to change the pressure, that's what that does, plus or minus. Number 12 is output voltage detection status indication and units. So that would be down here. Again, this is not lit up until later on. You can see right there it has a little V. And 13 is a numerical display area, and that's just talking about the whole thing. So pretty simple. As I mentioned before, I'm confident that these only fit one way. It would only make sense. Let me just try this. Yeah, that's the way they fit. Red on top. Pull that back out. And then of course we are all familiar with the charging port. So you can charge and also charge up other items using this. Turn this off. Alright, good to go. Well, it's a bit windy out today, but we're going to try this. Hopefully I can demonstrate the voltmeter. So I'll connect to the LokiThor, connect the positive and the ground, hit the power, and then it said to turn it off. Like here it says 11.4 volts. I don't know if you can see that clearly or not. Let me zoom in a little bit. So there it says 11.4 volts. I'm going to turn this off. And then you can see the voltage dropping. So that's implying this battery only has 1.7 volts. I can only assume that's accurate. I don't know. What I want to do is show you that the car won't start at this moment. So I'm going to take this back off. So the LokiThor is not connected. Get in the car, put in the key, and I'm getting nothing. And just to show you, the battery is still connected. I did not change anything on this. So I'm going to hook this up. And it said you can hit either the power button or the light. So I'm going to hit the light button, see what happens. Well, it turned the light on. So we'll turn the light back off. There it's saying 11.4 volts. You can hear some clicking. So come back to the car. The key is still on. Come back to the car. Oh. Another try. And it's running. Now, so let me disconnect the battery, or the jumper I should say. To turn this off. Okay, so it worked to start the car. Now I want to do another experiment and check out the air compressor. Alright, so this is the tire on my truck, and you can see it is low. I've had a problem with this leaking down because there was a puncture to this that I had repaired, but it has a slow leak to it. So just out of curiosity, I want to see what the pressure reads. Currently it's reading about 12 pounds, somewhere in there. I don't know if you can see that. Roughly somewhere around 12. So according to this, we're going to connect to the air fitting with the hose. Make that good and tight. We'll connect to the tire. Okay, and turn this on. Now, I do know that the rated pressure for this tire, cold, is 51 pounds. So, I'm going to set the pressure to 51. So I don't know if you can see that clearly or not. Let me change that. Okay, PSI, I had it set on barometric. So I have to change it. Let me get the proper setting. I had it on 145. So there it's set 51 pounds. I'm going to press the pump switch. Currently, it is 2:16 on my phone. We're going to see how long it takes. Okay, there it is. I am now at 2:35 on the time. So it took about 19 minutes to fill up that tire. Now that is a big tire though. That is a 265 70R16, which is a pretty substantial tire when it comes to requiring air. But it did it. And it shut off just like it was supposed to. So, good. Now we know that part works. Alright. I was just kind of curious. It has a little bit of warmth to it, not too bad. I'm going to disconnect the air hose. And again, this is meant for emergency type situations, right? So I'm pretty happy with how this functioned. Just out of curiosity though, I'm going to turn this back on. And you'll notice it is blinking on that green light, right? So it took a lot of energy. This only had 2 bars when I started, when I pulled it out of the box. So I will charge this up, make sure it's got a good charge before I use it for anything else. I'm just kind of curious also, is the light still lights up good? Strobe and SOS. So that's good too. Now all these extra components, you may want to see about getting a little bit different bag. This one is a pretty light duty little plastic bag, but you know, it'll do. I'm going to roll up the hose. That'll go into the accessory kit. The clamps, and of course the little fittings, and I think I could probably even put the instruction manual in there if I wanted to. Oh, and don't forget your charge cord. Put that in the bag, cinch that down, and then you can put the LokiThor into its bag. Add your accessory bag to that. Cinch that down. Put that in the back of your car and you're ready to go. Now of course I will charge this up before I put it in my vehicle. I recommend you do the same if you're going to get one of these. I give it 2 thumbs up. I like it. But that'll be the end of this video. If you would, leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about this particular device. There will be a link in the description below that you can click on if you want to order one of these. And that'll be it. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.